wrong room.
Yeah. Let's go to the new studio.
Yeah.
Let's go. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Coffee Time. Coffee Time episode 14. Yeah, 14 episodes. It's crazy.
Here we are in the brand new studio. We are very excited. We spent a lot of time working on this in the last week or so. We have done a lot. A lot. And that's what this episode's going to be about. It's kind of like going through what we did and how you can make your own studio. And
Yeah. So this room took us about a week to put together, and it was about 3 or 4 weeks worth of planning before we even started, put paint on the walls or anything.
And that's a great way to start your studio, is have a plan. You don't want to go in kind of halfway. You want to have a good idea of what you want, what type of videos you're going to be shooting. Are you going to be showing product photography? Are you going to be streaming for video games? Are you going to be, doing, photography, just photography? That you got to have a plan for your studio. That's kind of what we did. We decided we knew that we wanted to do the YouTube thing, because that's kind of what we're doing right now. But we also knew that we wanted to get into podcasting. We're very excited about that, and we'll go through that in just a second. But let's keep on this whole studio thing. So what was one of the first things that we did?
So one of the first things we did was we selected a paint color. So a big thing with selecting paint for a studio when it comes to doing especially video is you want to use a matte paint. You do not want to use gloss, because it's going to give you weird reflectives and weird shiny, weird stuff in your background, weird shadows. So just get that matte paint. It's going to soften your light much more and just make your frame look that much better. And on the plus side of it, it's cheaper.
It is. It's actually the cheapest paint you can buy. That's because if you breathe on it wrong, it gets dirty. So don't rub your face on it.
Yeah, but also just be just conscious when you're choosing a color, because not every color looks good on video, especially if you're just doing an off-white, it looks terrible. And if you choose something too close to your own skin tone, you're going to blend into the background. So just keep that in mind when you're picking out the paint for your studio.
Yeah, actually, one of the things you said is do opposite of the color wheel.
Yes.
Talking about, if you don't know what a color wheel is, we'll slap something up here.
Right.
That's a color wheel.
So the best way to pick colors that complement each other is to go on the exact opposite sides of the color wheel.
So that's why purple and orange work really well, right? For like Halloween. It's around the corner.
Yeah, similar, yeah. But yeah, just
kind of that idea.
Anything that is directly opposites are going to work together perfectly. So that's why we kind of picked the colors we picked in here.
Yeah, and the second thing that we did, very important, is soundproofing. Now, any room you're going to go into is not going to be soundproofed unless it was built specifically to do that. And this room was not. It was Echo City. It was like a cave. I mean, Franklin did used to live here, so, these are hermit.
Yeah, so you guys saw in the old studio how we had the little black foam soundproofing panels. So we got those on Amazon, and we'll link everything in the description for what we can. We took those and we covered the entire ceiling in them.
I spent 2 hours stapling the ceiling.
Yeah.
Me and the ceiling had long conversations. I feel like Picasso, but instead of a brush, I had a staple gun.
Yeah. And then another thing to combat that was we put a rug on the floor So floor and ceiling both covered with a soft surface. And then last but not least is we saved ourselves a crap ton of money and we built our own sound panels. You can actually see them right here and over there. So we took some 1x3s and we made a rectangle square, and then we filled it with insulation, wrapped it in fabric, stapled it up, made sure it was nice and tight, hung them on the wall.
If you do that, be careful with the insulation. Most insulation has fiberglass in it, and that sucks. I got it all in my hands.
Yeah, big thing is, so we have to fix 2 of ours because they're a little bit warped. So just when you're putting these together, just try to get the straightest piece of wood you can. But yeah, that's the best way to do soundproofing, is to build it yourself, because you're going to save yourself thousands and thousands of dollars.
It also helps to pick a room that doesn't have vaulted ceilings that are, 14, 15 feet tall, and giant panel windows that are going to be impossible to soundproof, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but the biggest thing when it comes to soundproofing is the more soft stuff, the better.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. The last thing about setting up our studio is we got some new lights. So we have our regular lights that we always have that are just shining on our beautiful faces right now. And then you can see the color in the background, and it's 2 Rgb light panels. They are pretty awesome. They can go any color in the color spectrum, any saturation, and they are intensity is adjustable.
Yeah, and they link together, so if you just one, you can adjust the other one. It's a company called Pixel. We'll link that one down below. I got them from that company, and I was very happy with them. They were relatively inexpensive for a LED panel, and they so far have been fantastic to use in here. We've played around with a lot of different lights, and we're excited to see what we can do in the future with it. And the last thing that we did in this studio, because remember I said we were planning, you always want to have a plan for this studio, and our other plan, getting back to it, is we're going to start a podcast. If you haven't seen our Facebook, the podcast is called Caffeinated Creativity. You were supposed to say that with me.
I was. That's fine.
We'll get better at it. That's why.
Yeah, but Caffeinated Creativity, it's going to be about pretty much anything and everything. We're going to talk about photography, videography, movies, the news, world events.
Pretty much anything. If you guys like hearing
beer we like, you know?
If you like hearing us talk, that's the place to be.
We're going to talk about anything and everything, and we have the Facebook page already set up, so we can all talk about stuff. You guys can ask questions, we'll answer it. You guys can talk about episodes we've had, we'll answer questions there. And it's just a community we want to grow together. And I think it's going to be a great time.
Yeah, it will be. And, we'll have like a comprehensive list of the stuff that we got for the podcast. The table we got, stools, the microphone stands, the mixer, all that stuff. We'll include that in one of those podcasts. That'll be a great kind of like gear rundown of what we're using.
Yeah, but expect that here in the next couple weeks, and it'll be on all the major different things you listen to podcasts on: Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I think Pandora does it, so we'll put something out there when that's done, and we'll also be putting videos on YouTube of the podcast as well.
Yeah, so there's plenty of places for you to stay connected with us, and we can stay connected with you guys. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel so you can see more, follow more, get more stuff, positive vibes, all that good things. If you really like this video and you like the studio, give this a thumbs up. We love those thumbs up. They make our day. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
And hit that bell so you're always on top of when we drop videos and podcast eventually here in a minute. Yeah. So we really appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. We're hoping that you're having a great day.
Yeah, and before we go, I want to give you guys one more little tip to help keep yourself creative and keep your ideas from leaving your mind. So we have these 2 books right here. Boom, we carry these around everywhere we go. And little fancy pens. Boom, write down your ideas so you don't forget them. It keeps you honest, and you never lose a good idea.
It's true.
So, as always, guys, take your shot. Just go shoot.
And let's make it happen.
Cheers, buddy. To the new studio.
To the new studio. The only thing that's terrible with the studio is the AC units right there. So it's 6,000 degrees in here.
He'll get over it.
It's like a sauna. A really expensive sauna that has no steam.
He needs a sauna.
I know.
See you guys.
Bye.